Hamburgers are on at the Big 33. It's all about threes. A couple of threes for both sides. The Kickers, the story of the first half in a 6-6 tie, Maryland and Pennsylvania. Colin Rickabon's with our honorary chairman, former NFL quarterback Scott Campbell, a 1980 Hershey High grad and a Big 33 alumni. Let's head down to Colin.
Hey, thanks a lot, Phil, here with Scott Campbell, as you just mentioned. And Scott, look at tonight. I mean, you're an alum of this game. You're from the area. What does it mean to be the honorary chairman of the Big 33 game?
Well, it's a great thrill. I played in this game 38 years ago. It seems like yesterday, really. But, this is a great honor for those kids. It's a premier high school all-star game. I hope they know how special it is. It was special to me 38 years ago, and it's special being invited back.
7-year NFL career, you had an opportunity on multiple occasions now to speak to these players. What is your message? You and I had a great conversation before we went on the air.
Yeah, so these guys are all about football, right? So what I tried to do with them is kind of relate some of my experiences in football, but then kind of bring it back home to what I think is important, and in that they're going to have a lot of opportunities come their way because they're a football player, and they need to take advantage of it. I mean, I told them not to be known just as a football player. There's so many other things out there in life. Go to school, learn, meet your professors, meet kids outside of football, do things outside of football, grow that network of people that you know, because your career is going to end. All these guys aren't going to be NFL players, and the ones that are NFL players, it doesn't last forever, and I can tell you that. So, it's in business, it's not always what you know, it's who you know, and they can start working on that now. And I think it'll serve them well as they go on in life.
6-6 game. We said not a lot of offense. When it's a Kickers game, what do you do on the sidelines? What do you think?
I'm ready to go in. I don't know. I don't know if I can get it over 25 yards right now, but these all-star games are hard from an offensive standpoint, especially throwing the ball, timing, pass protection. And this year the defense is allowed to play zone and man, which makes it a little harder, for the offense. So hopefully they can pick it up and score some points more here in the second half.
Thanks so much, Scott. Scott Campbell, honorary chairman of the Big 33 game. We're 6-all at the half at Landis Field. More coming up from the Big 33 game coming up next.
We're at the half of the Super Bowl of high school football all-star games, knotted at 6-6, Maryland and Pennsylvania. Time for our Sports Fever Television Network first half highlights. Going up top to Shaquan Anderson Butts of Harrisburg, making some big catches early on. This was in the first drive by Pennsylvania, and it led to the field goal and a 3-0 lead for PA. Back comes Doc Bonner with the completion to McDonald. The teams traded field goals. Cooper McGeehan with a 42-yarder to tie the game at 3-3. So 2 field goals in that first quarter. And then Doc Bonner, look at the size, making the Pennsylvania players miss and battle forward. Bonner, 6'2", 210, leads to another field goal by McGeehan, 33 yards, and Maryland was up 6-3. Here comes an interception. Team Maryland with the pick. Well, the turnovers in that first half. We had a lot of penalties in the first half, not so many turnovers, but that was an interception. Maryland trying to cash in on that. And the big completion here to Ugo Obasi, going to University of Virginia, leads to McGeehan's second field goal attempt, and this one was blocked by Charlie Catcher. One was blocked earlier by Young, but a penalty. They were able to go up, but that one stood as the blocked field goal. And then right before the half, 56 yards by Vlad Hilling for Pennsylvania, and we're tied at 6-6. Gentlemen, there are the first half stats. Just 205 total yards between these two teams. 11 runs for Maryland, 11 runs for Pennsylvania. Passing, 3 of 8 for PA, 5 of 12 for Maryland. How do you break down the first half stats, guys?
It's about as even a football game as you can get in an all-star game. 104 yards to 101 yards, and we got a 6-6 ball game. They're going to have to find a way to open it up and get some yards in the second half to try to open it up scoring-wise.
Now I'm going to look at it from an offensive standpoint. The yardage is boring right now. You know, right now we need some big plays in the second half to get a little bit of excitement. I think we will in the second half. Okay, some halftime adjustments going on, but I really do believe that incorporating that zone with man-to-man has taken away the big play.
I think the big key in the second half is now Maryland has settled in defensively. I don't think they're as afraid or as intimidated by the size and strength of the Pennsylvania offense, and they're going to be able to continue to just play good defense.
And there's our Sports Fever halftime stats and first half highlights. Let's go down to the field now to Joe Miller. Joe?
Yeah, I'm down here with Gary Cathell for the Big 33, the chairman here. And first of all, thanks for having us out. Hey, and second of all, how perfect has this evening been from the weather? And you got a 6-6 ball game. You got to be pleasantly happy. Right?
The weather epitomizes everything here for the game, but we've been praying for this for quite some time, and it came through. It's been a fantastic day. Fantastic.
You were telling me before, this is a labor of love for you. How great is it to be here and just be involved in this this event?
Well, anybody that loves high school football loves this event, and you know, with the longevity, 61 years, and all the history surrounded it, and I'm being the executive director. I'm just blessed. It's something that I feel very, very proud of. The Big 33 is an entity. It's more than just a game. That's one of the sayings about it. So we're excited about it.
Thanks for having us out.
Okay, Joe. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Guys, back to you in the booth.
Thank you so much. Friday Night Rivals. WHP, look at the schedule in District 3, the Mid-Penn Conference. Manheim Central out of Lancaster Lebanon League against Susquehanna Township to open things up. And there's the rest of the schedule. We'll get a look at Middletown, who played for a state championship last year. Cumberland Valley Central Dolphin, always a lot of fun. And out in the Altoona, Johnstown State College area, look at the Friday Night Rivals schedule there. All these games live on MeTV. Look at Bishop McCourt, what a great matchup there. Also going to see Guilfoyle and Richland and some of the great teams. State College has a couple of players here. And now, the Friday Night Rivals fall in Pittsburgh on 22. The Point, Butler and North Hills open things up. Beaver, South Fayette, oh boy, Thomas Jefferson, Penn Hills, Mars. Look at those teams, some of the big powers from the West. All live, all season long on Friday Night Rivals in Harrisburg, Altoona, Johnstown, State College, and in Pittsburgh. And there's Mr. Kent providing our halftime dance. He's having a good time. He's had a lot of fun tonight, had a lot of fun all week. He's one of those guys that keeps everything light. He's one of those guys that really can keep things on the Pennsylvania sidelines light. There is MG, the quarterback from Manheim Township. This offense is going to try to get things going as no teams have scored a touchdown in the first half of this Super Bowl of high school football all-star games. Joe Montana, Tony Dorsett, Joe Namath, Dan Marino, Jim Kelly, Ben Roethlisberger, Matt Millen, Kerry Collins, Mark Bolger, Orlando Pace, Ty Law, Ricky Waters, all alumni, and that's just a small list. And the reason why this game is called the Super Bowl of high school all-star games, there has never been a high school all-star game played, a Super Bowl played without someone from the Big 33 playing that's played here at the Big 33 playing in the Super Bowl. So every Super Bowl ever played has had someone from the Big 33. They're the only all-star game that can say that.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. And living in Pennsylvania and following the game like I've done, just the other day I ran into Kerry Collins and we had a nice conversation.
Let's go down to the field to Colin Riccabon. Colin?
Hey, Phil, I had an opportunity to talk to Pennsylvania head coach Mark Evans. Two things. First of all, halftime adjustments. They have to play better on first down. He feels like they played behind the sticks for most of that first half. They cannot have the self-inflicted wounds. They can get the offense started that way. As for an update on kicker Vlad Hilling, he has a sprained MCL. He is done for the night. But Coach Evans made a point to say the reason he did not take the points off the board was because he wanted Vlad to have that 56-yard record. He's heading to Penn State next year. Back up to you, Phil.
Thank you so much. And here is the kick by Vlad Hilling. It's a new record in the Big 33. The old record was Robbie Gould. You might know who Robbie Gould is,
Oh, sure.
a very successful NFL kicker. Robbie Gould hit a 50-yarder in 2001, but this 56-yarder by that man on your screen there, Vlad Hilling, the new Big 33 football record for the longest field goal in the history of the Big 33 from Hollidaysburg going to Penn State. Great story by Vlad Hilling. The Ukraine-born adoptee came over to America at the age of 12. All he knew was soccer, and then he kind of made his way into football. He said one of the weirdest things about American football was all the equipment you had to wear. So what a story for the Ukraine-born adoptee. Loves America, loves the game, and now has the new record for the Big 33 with a 56-yard field goal. Maryland has the football to start the second half. That's Graham, still on his feet across the 30, down to the 35-yard line, and let's head over to the Maryland sidelines with Joe Miller. Joe.
Yeah, I got a chance to talk to head coach Reggie White, and I asked him how happy he was about the first half. He said, I'm happy, and then I asked him for second half adjustments, and he said, I'll make a few. So he's keeping it close to the vest here, down here on the sideline. One injury note for you. Ugo Obasi, their top wide receiver that's headed to Virginia. He hurt his finger in the first half, but they taped it up. He's expected to go in the second half.
Thank you very much, Joe and Colin, our reporters on the sideline. And one other note, the two players, remember, that were rejected for the fight in the first half, well, both of them have been reinstated and are allowed to play here in the second half of this Big 33 game. There's Obasi on the sidelines, been great. Maryland's first carry by Julius Chestnut.
Team Maryland has stayed true to try to run the football, to run some clock, to give their defense some time to stay off the field and keep Pennsylvania's offense off the field. It's just a dive belly type play straight ahead. They're just trying to get some yards, keep the clock running, and keep their defense off the field.
At offensive line for Team Maryland, a little bigger than Pennsylvania's. Not by much, though, but you have 295, 300, 285, 300, 295 on that line of scrimmage for the Maryland offensive line. The throw and almost intercepted at midfield, nearly picked off, was Holly's pass. Charlie Catcher, Cumberland Valley, already has the blocked field goal. Almost had it. Will Mayer was the one that provided the pressure, so Holly had to get rid of it early because watch Mayer coming with the pressure.
When you're able to force a quarterback to make a decision faster than he wants to, there's an opportunity to lead to something bad happening. They're able to get off the block. 53 comes off that block by the offensive tackle from Team Maryland. He gets to the quarterback and he forces a bad throw.
Will Mayer with that spin move. He's having a heck of a game defensively for Team Pennsylvania. 3rd and 7 now, starting the second half of this game. Holly's pass over the head of his intended receiver at midfield. Avery Young on the coverage.
They're trying to get the ball to their skill players out in space, but again, Team Pennsylvania getting pressure on the quarterback. Yep. He's forcing the ball out of the quarterback's hand before he's ready. He can't finish his throw, and he takes 2 tough hits right there. You got to believe he's going to remember that the next time he stands in the pocket on a passing down.
Yeah, they had edge pressure, and they didn't do a good job protection.
St. Joseph's Rasheed Wallace was the one providing the pressure for Team Pennsylvania. Ronald Kent back to retrieve the punt. Some pressure by Pennsylvania on the punt, but the punt gets off. Touchdown at the 39-yard line. That's where Team Pennsylvania will get their first opportunity on offense. And this punt was partially blocked, as you see from the Toyota replay.
Yeah, the Pennsylvania defender actually comes inside. He works an up the field and then underneath move on the personal protector from Team Maryland, and he gets a piece of the ball. The Maryland defender, the Maryland blocker has to step into that young man and break his charge.
Well, you're only allowed to rush the 2 end men on punt formations.
Leighton Jordan was the one that got a little bit of that punt with the partial punt block. Faison with the carry, loses a bunch of yards. Faison gets tackled back at the 30-yard line, so a negative play.
That's a big play by Team Maryland's defense. For them to be able to set the tempo early by getting a tackle for loss for a 7-yard loss in the backfield is big. Team Pennsylvania's been running the ball early in almost every possession, and to put them in a 2nd and 16, 2nd and 17, there's not a lot of play calls on your play sheet for this situation.
Well, predictable down situations makes it easy for the defense.
Chris Rhodes Jr. made that tackle for a loss for Team Maryland. The big guy is in the backfield for Team Pennsylvania. Donald Green of Pittsburgh Central Catholic, but they give it to Faison. They worked on that at practice, putting a big defensive tackle and David Green out to block.
You see Rudy Gooney again. He had a big play earlier. He got a sack earlier in the game, and for him, he got off a block right there and was able to make that tackle. You see him discard an offensive blocker and is able to make that tackle to keep Team Pennsylvania in the 3rd and 14 down the distance for 3rd down.
I still say we're going to see some type of trick play somewhere in this 3rd quarter to be an icebreaker in this game.
3 wideouts top of your screen on the 3rd and 14. MG feeling the pressure. Down he goes, sacked. 2 sacks now for Team Maryland. Eric Weaver with the big sack heading to VMI, comes up and gets the sack for Team Maryland.
That's a great call by Team Maryland's defensive coordinator, Coach Ertzleben. He's able to anticipate the screen. They get pressure up the middle. Someone had covered the running back. Someone had covered the wide receiver to both sides, so the quarterback ended up with nowhere to go with the football, and they get the sack.
Last year, Maryland came out and dominated the 3rd quarter and actually took the lead in the 3rd quarter last year and then lost it in the 4th.
Team Pennsylvania will punt. Brandon Clark doing the punting.
You got a shank punt. This is good for Team Maryland.
Great field position. Team Maryland will have the ball at midfield with a 6-6 game. 8:13 to go in the 3rd quarter. All tied up in the Big 33 Football Classic.
Honda knows you're always on the lookout for something better. So it's no surprise the Honda CR-V was named the 2018 Motor Trend SUV of the Year. It has an interior that's spacious and refined, handling that's smooth and comfortable, and an exterior that speaks for itself. So if you're looking for something truly impressive, look no further. The CR-V. Nothing compares to a Honda.
It's here, whether you enjoy hunting or fishing, discovering history or cutting-edge technology.
It's here, from delicious chocolate to professional sports, wild roller coasters to endless shopping.
It's here, from fine dining to home-style cooking, exciting nightlife to small-town charm. Dauphin County has it all.
No surprise we were voted the 12th most livable region in the nation.
It's here. You should be here too.
Welcome to the future, imagined by visionaries, championed by leaders, and focused on results. Made real through hard work and a determination to build the things that people count on. Places where ideas are born, where progress fuels growth and strengthens communities. It's work that makes a difference. United Rentals. You're building the future. We're here to help.
Team Maryland, Tyler Holly at quarterback from the shotgun at midfield, 1st and 10. Holly will keep it up the middle. Quarterback keeper has running room, has a 1st down and more. 25-yard pickup by Tyler Holly with a big run. Stocker makes the stop for Team Pennsylvania. That was a design run play all the way by Holly.
So as you look at the two quarterbacks for Team Maryland, Holly is the runner out of the group. When he's in the game, they want to run zone read type plays. They're going to try to put him in space and let him run the football. It's a little bit different from Bonner in that he's not going to sit in the pocket and throw it. But you see right there, that's a 23-yard gain, and he's got Team Maryland getting ready to get in the red zone.
1st and 10 in Pennsylvania's 27-yard line. Holly, little swing pass out of the backfield. Graham with the catch. Picks up 3 yards. Let's head to the Maryland sidelines and Joe Miller. Joe?
Thanks. I'm down here with Eric Weaver from Meade High School in Anne Arundel County. And Eric, big sack out there. Defensive effort's been fantastic for you tonight. What's been the key defensively for you guys so far?
The key's been really just staying on the ball, really, and just going, charging, moving forward, pushing forward, just getting to the ball and going where we can. And our defense has really been good. You know, we have our backs, we have each other. Everything's been good.
Well, keep it up.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Phil, back to you.
2nd and 9. Holly goes up top, incomplete down to the 10-yard line. Couldn't connect with his intended receiver. Good coverage by Pennsylvania. Looking for Abassi. Abassi's the target there, but good coverage by Henley. Justice Henley says no.
You got the corner just sitting on the sticks, just sitting there waiting on that pass. It's a great time for Team Maryland to think about a double move type play, a pump and go, something down here in the red zone, which is going to give them a chance to get in the end zone.
Beautiful night, beautiful pictures from Landis Field by our Sports Fever Television Network and Blue Ridge Communications crew. Also would like to thank United Rentals for the lifts for tonight's game, and a big lift there by Team Pennsylvania. Jones brought down in the backfield by Bill Schaefer.
This is one of those situations where Team Pennsylvania made a great play. They got a tackle in the backfield, but I think they're going to get caught with a face mask penalty, or maybe they're picking it up. They picked it up.
Yeah.
Bill Schaefer, two-time state football champ at Archbishop Wood at the Vikings, and he's the oldest of 8 brothers. What a family, Bill Schaefer. He's the oldest of 8 brothers.
As you look at that replay, this is a zone read type play. It's a power read, and really on that play, the quarterback should pull the ball. The guy who makes the tackle is the read, and if the guy is in a position to tackle the outside zone play, the quarterback has got to pull it and get vertical and go get yards. It's the wrong read by the quarterback.
Maryland looks like they're confused with their personnel, and they're going to have to call a timeout. And you could see the frustration on the far sidelines by Coach Reggie White, not happy that his Maryland team wasn't ready. We'll step aside, 6:08 to go. We're still tied at 6-6. It's the Super Bowl of high school football all-star games, the Big 33 Football Classic. Fourth and 15 for Team Maryland. Cooper McGeehan already has a 42-yarder and a 33-yard field goals, but he'll punt from the 45-yard line, gets the punt off, angled right sideline, and goes out of bounds. Let's go down to the Pennsylvania sidelines. Colin Riccabon. Colin.
Hey, Phil, Really special guest here, familiar face, Bruce Clark, two-time All-American at Penn State, Lombardi Trophy winner, right?
Yep.
Saints as well.
Yep. All-Pro at New Orleans Saints.
All-Pro New Orleans Saints, honorary chairman for next year's Big 33 game. How excited are you?
I'm very excited about it. Of course, I would have loved to have done it this year with my son being in it. You know, it's been 42 years since I've been in this game, but it's bringing back great flashbacks of Matt Millen and I here, and a great time we have with the community and a great time we have at the game. And actually, it was this game that Matt and I decided to go to Penn State. So we all bonded. We had a great time doing it, and I think we had 4 or 5 guys go to Penn State after this game. So fun memories.
What's so special about this game for these players?
They consider themselves the best of the best. They're playing against the best. And I remember playing against Ohio, and I was like, now I know what college football is all going to be all about, and they're getting a good taste of it right now.
Thanks so much, Bruce.
Thank you.
Phil, back to you.
Bruce Clark, son Brandon, the only father and son team, but we have 3 players that's older brothers played in the Big 33, so pretty unique family situation. 1st and 10 for Team Pennsylvania. The pitch to AC, stays on his feet. The ball's on the turf. Could be the second turnover by Team Pennsylvania. Maryland believes they have the fumble, and they do. AC fumbles. Maryland recovers, and Maryland's in business at the 20-yard line. Take a look at the Toyota replay.
Team Maryland makes a great play coming off the edge. They get a hit in the backfield. He misses the tackle. But again, the corner comes up and puts his hat on the football. He punches it out, and Team Maryland's got a turnover, and they're in the red zone, and they're in business.
So Team Maryland's defense coming up with an interception and then a fumble. Brown was the one that knocked it out of AC's hands, and Team Maryland was able to recover. And now they're approaching the Toyota red zone. They have the ball 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line with a 6-6 game, 5:17 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
This is a perfect time to take a look for a shot in the end zone. Play action, fake the run, and then take a shot down in the end zone. You got a big guy. You got Dante Anthony out here at wide receiver. Look for Team Maryland to take a shot.
Penalty on Team Maryland. They jumped at the line of scrimmage. Doc Bonner's back in at quarterback for Coach Reggie White's team. Great to see Bruce Clark with his son playing in this game. Bruce from Newcastle, PA. Of course, Bruce, if you guys remember, his junior year in 1978, Clark became the first junior to win the Lombardi Award for the best college defensive lineman at Penn State. There is Brown. A look at Brown on the sidelines. He's the one that punched that fumble out. Chestnut with the carry. Up the middle, not much there.
Yeah, you got that one-on-one sitting out here on the right side where Coach keeps going back to.
They stick with their power run game on 1st down. They're in a 2nd and 11 situation, but they got 21 personnel in, which is primarily a run formation for an offense. And they're getting single coverage outside with Obasi on one side and Dante Anthony out here to the field. Dante Anthony's a big guy. Don't be surprised if they take a shot out here to the field.
2nd and 12. Team
There's
Maryland.
the slant and go.
Bonner gets out of trouble, stays on his feet, and down he goes. Team Pennsylvania comes up with a sack of Doc Bonner, sacked at the 31-yard line. Ray Eldridge and DeSalva come up and make the stop for Team Pennsylvania in the backfield.
So what you got there outside into the boundary, you got Ugo Obasi into the boundary. We talked about it earlier. They go with the slant and go, and the team Pennsylvania is just sitting on it outside to the field. Anthony just ran his slant, but they got Obasi. They sat on top of it. He couldn't get away, and then Doc Bonner had nowhere to go with the football.
Dante Anthony, 6'5", 240 pounds, going to Old Dominion. He's a big target, and you're right. Good situation where they have the football to try to get him, because that's a tough cover for Team Pennsylvania. But certainly with the defenses allowed to play zone, has changed the complexion of this game. It's the first year they're allowed to play zone defense. Team Maryland fumbles the football. Team Pennsylvania recovers, and they have it at midfield. So they exchange fumbles, and Team Pennsylvania gets the momentum back in their favor. It was Leighton Jordan returns it.
Team Maryland is running a reverse right here, and Doc Bonner is about to pitch the ball, and right as he gets ready to pitch the ball, he gets tackled on both sides, swiped across the arm, and the ball comes out.
That's Eldridge there swiping it out, and then Jordan's the one that picked it up and returned it for Team Pennsylvania to midfield.
Those guys really haven't had great ball security all night. They're kind of careless with the ball out in open space. They got to do a better job of protecting the football in traffic.
First turnover by Team Maryland. Team Pennsylvania has 2 tonight. There you take a look at the Maryland sidelines, and a 6-6 game on our Toyota scoreboard.
Watch the double pass.
Yeah, MG at quarterback. Faison on the backfield. Here comes maybe that double pass that you talked about coming the other way, and here it is, the double pass, and it works. Coach, you've been talking about a trick play. The trick play might go for 6. Team Pennsylvania gets the ball inside the 2-yard line, nearly 1 for 6. Barbone with the catch. You called it. You said there was going to be a trick play, and they went to it. Jose Barbone, Conestoga Valley, his first catch going to Temple University. He lit up the Lancaster-Lebanon League this year, has a lot of speed, and almost took it to the house to give Pennsylvania the lead in the first touchdown of this Big 33 game. Here it is again on the Toyota replay.
See, they came out in a stacked formation. It's the first time they showed it all night long.
Dotson threw the pass to Barbone.
It was a little bit deceptive because into the boundary to the right side of the field, Team Maryland actually had the play covered pretty well. The guy who caught the pass and threw it scrambled a little bit and just found an open guy on the other side of the field, and they turned it into a big play.
Coach Evans played his college football at the University of Miami. I think he borrowed a play like that from the University of Miami. That play, the trick play, works for Team Pennsylvania, goes for 47 yards. It was Dotson to Barbone. The trick play sets up Team Pennsylvania in the Toyota red zone. First and goal from the 2. High snap. And that almost ended up into a nightmare for Team Pennsylvania. Let's head down to the sidelines.
Hey, thanks a lot, Phil. Here with Leighton Jordan McKeesport. He's heading to Temple next year. Talk about that play. What did you see?
I just seen a ball, and I just pursued to the ball. That's what I always know. Pursue to the ball and go to the end zone.
What a memory. Are you going to forget this at all?
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. There's more to come. Yes, sir.
Thanks a lot, Leighton.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Back up to you.
There was a lot of yes sirs there for you, Colin. Leighton, a fine young man going to Temple University. Toyota red zone for MG and his Pennsylvania team, looking for the first touchdown of this game. Zone in the backfield. MG fires to the end zone. What a catch! Are you kidding me? Did he come up with it? He might have picked it off. Wow. Anderson Butts, I believe, no, it was Brandon Clark who looked like he had it, and then the ball is picked off by Brandon Savage. So we just talked to Brandon Clark's father. He nearly came down with it, but Savage wanted it more, and Brandon Savage of Milford Mill, Coach White's team, somehow came down with it.
He just took it away from him at the end.
He had it, Coach,
stripped it out
right?
at the end, going to the ground.
Clark had it.
The ball was sitting there, and he was just aware enough to just grab it, curl up with it, and take it away from Clark.
Watch it again. Clark there with one hand, then comes down, and then on the roll, that's when Brandon Savage takes it away. 3 turnovers now by
great play.
Team Pennsylvania.
It's a heck of a play.
Brandon Savage comes up with a huge play, taking the ball out of Brandon Clark's hand. We just talked to Brandon's father. That would have been the first touchdown of this game, but no. Brandon Savage comes up, going to Norfolk State, makes the big play. Ball is dropped by Team Maryland. Incomplete, looking for Jones, and let's head down to the field with the hero so far on the Maryland sideline. Here's Joe Miller. Joe?
Yeah, I'm here with Brandon Savage. Take us through that play.
You know, it was one-on-one coverage. I knew they was going to throw the fade route. I played the ball. He went up. I went up with him, and I just knew it was mine. They don't want it more than me, so I took it from him.
Defense playing fantastic. Backs against the wall. They're knocking on your doorstep, and you come up with another stop. How well have you guys played so far?
Playing well. Defense can do better. We're doing good. We're going to keep it going, and we're going to come out with this dub.
Brandon Savage, guys.
Looking for Jones across the middle, and Stocker made the stop. Take a look at that again. What a play by Savage. That is just maybe wanting it and being smart to be able to pull that thing away. That is a game changer for sure right there.
Team Maryland facing a 3rd and 10 situation, obvious passing down. You know, the momentum has been back and forth. There's been a bunch of turnovers in the last few minutes, and this might not be a bad time for a draw-type run play.
That might have been a Morgan State University smart play if I ever saw one. 3rd and 10 for Team Maryland, 1:30 to go in the third quarter. Bonner the throw, almost intercepted. And that is Ronald Kent, who defensively has been all over the field. Ronald Kent comes up big. Bonner's pass incomplete. So the Pennsylvania defense comes up and makes the stop they needed.
I tell you what, the speed and the intensity of this game is picked up in the last couple of minutes. You talk about an excellent high school all-star football game, the Super Bowl of all-star games. These kids are laying it all on the line right now and really trying to pull out a victory for their team.
Take a look at Robert Kent coming up defensively. Nearly had Pennsylvania's second turnover of the game defensively. Now Robert Kent's waiting for this punt back at the 45-yard line. Kent says one of the things he loves about the game of football is getting to return kicks. And this one he returns for 2 yards. Our Morgan State University smart play of the second half is right here. Looking for Clark, and the interception in the end zone by Savage. Our Morgan State University smart play of the second half. Phil Shaner, Fred T. Ferrier, Jim Catafio in the booth. Colin Riccabon working the Pennsylvania sidelines. Joe Miller working the Maryland sidelines in a 6-6 game. There's Brandon Schaefer. With 49 seconds remaining in this third quarter, we still have not had a touchdown.
You know, and coming up here this weekend and getting a chance to watch practice and talk to the coaches, Coach Erxleben, the defensive coordinator for the Team Maryland team, he talked about just installing an offense that was a defense that was simple enough for the kids to understand. They did drills all week, pursuit drills and bag drills, to where those kids could just play fast and have fun and run to the football. The thing he said he was going to guarantee out of his defense, where they were going to run to the football and they were going to be active, and they've been doing exactly that here after that first drive of the game. They're playing really well on defense.
The Big 33 would like to thank the Dauphin County Commissioners, U.S. Marines, Walmart, Central Pennsylvania Honda, Under Armour for the players' gear, the Funding Zone, U.S. Football. A lot of NFL teams have also got involved in help sponsoring this game. The Steelers, the Bears, the Browns, the Texans, the Giants, the Eagles, the Ravens, and the Packers. And there's Coach Reggie White, former NFL player, letting one of his guys hear it on the sideline in our Toyota replay. McCray, the carry, up to midfield for Team Pennsylvania.
You know, you get those sideline deals where the wide receiver, those guys want the football, and sometimes they get to yelling and screaming saying, hey, I'm open, and that type of thing. But I tell you what, at the end of the day, when Coach White walks up and tells you it's over, I don't think many people are going to argue with Coach White.
It looks like we're going to get into the fourth quarter in a 6-6 ball game, and now the question is, who has the most pressure riding on them going into the fourth quarter?
2nd and 7 from midfield. High snap from McCray. Hands off. No. Pulls it back and keeps it, but loses 7 yards. Faked the handoff to AC and kept it, and then got sacked 7 yards back.
What we're lacking right now is the consistency. We're bad snaps. Pennsylvania's had 2 in the last 2 series.
We're through 3 quarters and no touchdowns in the Big 33 Football Classic. The zone defense has changed the chemistry of this football game, but we're still dancing, and Coach Evans is still coaching. 6-6 tie, Maryland and Pennsylvania, the Big 33 Football Classic. LifeBridge Health Sports Institute scoring recap. It's all about the kickers. 2 field goals for Pennsylvania, 2 for Maryland. Hilling a 20-yarder and a new record by the Big 33, a 56-yarder. McGeehan for Maryland, a 42-yarder and a 33-yarder. And that little baby likes the kickers. And there was just a big play going on in the fan throw-off here at the Big 33. Trying to complete 15-yard pass. A lot of fun, a lot of work. A lot of work by the entire Big 33 football staff. Unbelievable planning goes into this week and all year long to plan this great Big 33 football classic. It's time now for our fan of the game, and why not? Our Toyota fan of the game. Oh, hold up, don't fall down. Take a look at all our Toyota fans of the game. And there's the bunny ears. That could be the good luck charm for Team Pennsylvania. Big crowd here tonight at Landis Field. And this is the second year that they've played at Landis Field. They normally play at Hershey Park Stadium. They've moved over here for the second time, and our Toyota fan of the game doing a little dance for us. She's on the Maryland side. You see some red shirts behind her, and beautiful night for football, 76 degrees. It was 84 and sunny when we started. A lot of dancing going on tonight here at Landis Field. Our Toyota fans of the game. She's wondering when we're going to see a touchdown, or are we going to see a touchdown? It's been all field goals. Team Pennsylvania with a 3rd and 14 from the 43. McCray in at quarterback, fires down to the sideline. Nearly intercepted.
Yeah. Great defensive play by the corner.
Tyler Smith was on the defensive play from St. Francis, going to St. Francis University. Terrell Smith nearly had another Team Maryland defensive turnover.
Coach, you're exactly right. The biggest part about that play was he actually knocked the ball down twice. And for him to stay aware and know that the ball was in the air and that the offensive player had a chance to come down with that reception after the initial deflection was really a heads-up play, and he did a great job getting the ball on the ground and getting his defense off the field.
Brandon Clark will do the punting for Team Pennsylvania with the injury to kicker Vlad Hilling. Jones, one of the guys back, received the punt for Team Maryland. Hit as soon as he picked it up, but he's dangerous and gets a short 5-yard return by Jones for Team Maryland. That's where they'll have the ball to start the 4th quarter of a no-touchdown Big 33 football game. And Coach Catafio, you've been around this game not all 61 years, but a bunch of them, and you'd have to really think back when there wasn't a touchdown scored by either team. Of course, they played Maryland the last couple of years before that, a long stretch with Ohio, and then Maryland before that. But it's been a long, long time that there hasn't been a touchdown in 3 quarters of Big 33 football.
I can't remember.
1st and 10, Team Maryland, 21-yard line. Doc Bonner in at quarterback. The give to Graham.
Pursuit.
Gets a couple, and let's head down to the sidelines to Colin Riccabon with next year's coaches. Colin?
Yeah, I feel really exciting here. Scott Ripley from St. Paul School in Maryland, Mark Lyons from Central Valley. Coaches for next year's Big 33 game. How excited are you watching tonight, being here, knowing a year from now you'll be on the sideline?
You know, we're really excited about it. It's a great tradition here. You know, we thank Pennsylvania for having Maryland involved in this. It's a great chance for us to showcase our kids in Maryland. So we can't wait to get up here. Hopefully we have great weather like we have tonight.
Coach Lyons, without giving away too much of a game plan, what's been the challenge there? Not a lot of offense up there, a lot of field goals, kickers. Don't give anything away, but what's the challenge when you coach a game like that?
Well, obviously, you know, getting your athletes the ball in space and trying to find that space against, you know, great teams from Maryland that they always have. So, you know, I know Coach is going to have his guys ready to go, and you know, the stuff leading up to the game is probably the coolest thing during the week. You know, with the buddy programs and the people involved on both the Maryland side and the Pennsylvania side do a tremendous job of taking care of the players, and they build lasting relationships from this game.
Thank you so much, Coach Ripley, Coach Lyons. Next year's coaches in 2019 Big 33. Phil, back to you.
Abbasi with the catch for Team Maryland, setting up a 3rd and 1 from the 30-yard line. 9:55 to go, 4th quarter. Straight ahead, Doc Bonner gets the first down. 3-yard on the quarterback keeper, and that'll move the chains for Team Maryland.
I tell you what, we'll have to go back and take a look at that second down play. Here's the quarterback sneak again, where they get the first down with Doc Bonner. But Ugo Abasi caught a slant pass. He got 9 yards on the play, but he took quite a shot. He had to come out of the game. So I'll be interested to see if he's able to get himself together and get back in the game. That may be a pivotal play later in this game if he's not available the rest of the game.
Maryland officials have signed to play in the Big 33 against Pennsylvania through 2022. Give up the middle to Chestnut. Still on his feet. Chestnut barrels forward up to the 40-yard line. And a nice run by Chestnut. That power back, trying to use his power there, stopped by Bill Schaefer.
That's really one of the first times today we've seen the Thunder and Lightning. Here's that slant play. You see Ubasi catch this slant, and he took quite a shot in there right in the abdomen area. He got up, he was having a difficult time breathing, and went straight to the sideline. It'll be interesting to see if he's able to get himself together and get back in the game. That could be a huge play later on in this game.
He was hit by Pennsylvania's Leighton Jordan. McKeesport High School going to Temple. 2nd and 3.
They got him over on the sideline trying to get him stretched out.
Ooh. Straight ahead. And a big hit right at the first down sticks. Matthew Benarelli, the big guy, getting the carry for Team Maryland. So they sneak him in the backfield. You got a big body in there trying to fight his way. And he got enough for the first down to move the sticks.
You talk about a physical football game. This game, the speed is picking up, and the physicalness of this game is really picking up. You're talking about a guy who's 240 pounds, and the Pennsylvania player brings the heat to knock him backwards. These guys are getting after it, Coach.
Oh, there's no doubt. Right now, it's only 8 minutes away from overtime.
Of course, we had double overtime the last time Maryland won the Big 33. A double overtime game. Chestnut running right side on the first down carry.
Maryland's content running the football here right now, figuring, there's 8 minutes to go in the game. A field goal or a touchdown is going to win this game the way things are going. So they're content. They picked up 5 on first down.
Just finding a way to keep the clock running. There's the big back. He's done a good job on this drive. You see him playing physical football. That's really Team Pennsylvania's style of offense, and their Team Maryland is giving Team Pennsylvania a little bit of their own medicine right now.
Team Maryland cheerleaders supporting their team. 2nd and 5. Doc Bonner, eyes downfield, fires, far sideline. The ball is knocked out of bounds. Threw it short of his intended receiver and knocked out of bounds down the sideline by James Lawson of Bishop McDevitt. He's going to Villanova. Lawson knocked it down. Take a look at the hit that Doc Bonner takes right here. Ouch, by Billy Schaefer.
He's quite a competitor now. The tough thing about being an athletic quarterback who scrambles a bunch is you're out of the pocket and you open yourself up for the opportunity for those big hits. He's got to protect himself. He's got to pull up. He's got to get the ball out of bounds. As he moves on to college, he'll have to be aware, and I'm sure his college coaches, instead of him forcing those throws down the field, they'll be telling him, hey, man, just throw the ball out of bounds.
3rd and 5 for Team Maryland. The 48-yard line, their own 48. 6-6 game. Bonner, straight back. Directing his receivers to go downfield. Here comes the pressure. He spins out of it and gets the completion. What a play by Doc Bonner. Hits Jones, who's still free. You talk about juice. Well, there he goes down the sidelines and out of bounds at the 17-yard line, but there's a penalty marker down for a clip. They wanted to get to Jones, but how about Bonner extending that play and wave Jones to come back to get the football?
I'm actually surprised he got out of that initial tackle. I mean, he's a big, strong guy, and he got out of that tackle and is aware enough to get his eyes downfield and find a receiver to where he can make a throw.
Block in the back on the offense. 10-yard penalty.
It's really one of the first times that they got the ball to Juice in the open field to where he can make a play.
Here's the Toyota replay. Watch Doc Bonner spin with that athletic ability to get it to Juice.
The little guy stays on his feet and tries to get some extra yards after the catch. You see the clip. Yep. The block in the back right there just before he goes out of bounds.
Maryland was penalized 4 times in the first half. PA 6.
Here comes that block in the back by Dante Anthony right there.
Yep.
they still get a first down, so they're able to keep the sticks moving, keep the ball, keep the sticks moving, and keep the clock running.
Well, they'd rather have the ball at the 13-yard line, but with the penalty, they have a 1st and 10 at the 46. Doc Bonner under center. Led his team to the state championship twice, but came up short both times. He would love to win a Big 33 title. Completion made to Dante Anthony, the big tight end. Potomac going to Old Dominion with the catch.
They are slowly but surely getting themselves in the field goal range and controlling the clock. I mean, this is the perfect drive for Maryland. Run the clock, time off the clock, and get some points and put a lot of pressure on Pennsylvania.
Silva made the stops. Cooper McGeehan has a 42-yarder and a 33-yarder. Vlad Hilling, who has 2 Pennsylvania field goals, is injured. So Pennsylvania doesn't have their starting kicker still in the game. He's out with an injury. Graham. Out of bounds.
You know, what you're seeing right now is just ball control offense. The offensive coordinator for Team Maryland, Greg Trogdon, he's the offensive coordinator at Milford Mill. And originally they want to spread the ball out, but right now you see the outside toss play. I'm not, there's the hole right there at the end maybe.
Catcher made the stop. There you see 21 chasing him down with his speed. Or at least trying to get him out of bounds anyway.
Maybe you see the hole right there on number 7. Right there at the end of the play. But Coach Trogdon, the original game plan was to really spread it out and try to take advantage of their skill position guys. But one of the big things he talked about this week was just being able to develop chemistry between the quarterbacks and the wide receivers in 1 week. You've seen them struggle a little bit with that, with the down the field throws, and now they're just mixing it up, short throws, slants, quick outs, and running the ball, and they're trying to get it in the end zone here in the 4th quarter.
2nd and 12 from the 48 for Team Maryland. Bonner straight back, fires, has the completion and the first down. What a throw. What a quick throw and the catch by McDonald. Matthew McDonald had a couple of big catches in the first half. Comes up with a huge catch for Matthew McDonald.
This is a big throw. People don't really realize how far that throw from an opposite hash to the opposite numbers is. McDonald was able to make one guy miss. I thought he was going to get a chance to take it to the house, but he gets caught from behind. He makes that first guy miss. You'd like to think he can get to the end zone, but we're going to have to take that young man to Walmart and buy him some speed, Coach, because he got caught from behind.
27-yard pickup and the pass to McDonald. 1st and 10 from the 23, straight up the middle by Team Maryland, and the crowd reacted on that play as the ball was loose. Team Maryland recovered it.
The problem all night long is sustaining a drive without mistakes and almost on first down. Now they're in 2nd and 9.
Yeah, the problem that you get right here, you got Bettarelli, who's really not a fullback. He's a big defensive lineman that they're using as a fullback, and there's a way that you take a handoff. His inside arm to the quarterback should be up to create a pocket, and he's got the wrong arm up, and the ball is on the ground. They're lucky to not turn the ball over there.
2nd and 9 from the 22-yard line. Team Maryland keeps it on the ground. Fonzo Graham with the carry from Dunbar High School. So Team Maryland has to like they don't want to turn the football over. They know they already have a couple of field goals, so what they don't want to do is turn it over here now, approaching the Toyota red zone, the 20-yard line. 3rd down coming up for them, 3rd and 7. This is a big down for the Pennsylvania defense.
They're staying in 21 personnel. They've got the big tight end. They're going to move him as an H-back. You've got a fullback in the backfield as an extra blocker, and look for them to just run the ball.
Graham and Chestnut were in the backfield. Now the motion out of the backfield. Bonner straight back, throws, fires, right side. Ball batted in the air and incomplete. Team Pennsylvania's defense coming up big. Knocking that ball down. Avery Young, Coatesville, going to Rutgers. Avery Young playing on the corner. Makes the big play for Team Pennsylvania. Here you see it on the Toyota replay.
They get in the big personnel, which is a heavy run play tendency type personnel, and they're trying to catch Pennsylvania off balance by going ahead and throwing it. The ball is in a bad spot. It's a hitch route. The ball has to be on the outside shoulder of the wide receiver, and the ball is inside, which gives the defensive back an opportunity to break on the ball.
Cooper McGeehan is going to come on for the field goal, a 37-yard attempt. He already has 2. Might be the MVP of this game. We'll see what he does with a 4th and 7. We're all tied at 6, 4th quarter of the Big 33 Football Classic.
Battles aren't won solely on the field. Battles are won within. Over enemies of fear. Enemies of doubt. In that place where promises are kept. In the heart of every Marine, you'll find a promise. A promise of battles won.
Honda knows you're always on the lookout for something better. So it's no surprise the Honda CR-V was named the 2018 Motor Trend SUV of the Year. It has an interior that's spacious and refined, handling that's smooth and comfortable, and an exterior that speaks for itself. So if you're looking for something truly impressive, look no further. The CR-V. Nothing compares to a Honda.
It's here, whether you enjoy hunting or fishing, discovering history or cutting-edge technology.
It's here. From delicious chocolate to professional sports. Wild roller coasters to endless shopping.
It's here. From fine dining to home-style cooking. Exciting nightlife to small-town charm. Dauphin County has it all.
No surprise we were voted the 12th most livable region in the nation.
It's here. You should be here too.
Cooper McGeehan already has 2 field goals for Maryland. It's a 37-yard attempt to give Team Maryland the lead. Pennsylvania has a guy back to retrieve if it's short. The 37-yarder is up, and it is no good. Cooper McGeehan, 1 of 2 from field goals tonight. A 42-yarder and a 33-yarder in the first half, and he misses the 37-yarder that would have given Team Maryland the lead. And we stay tied at 6-6. Pennsylvania leads this series over Maryland 10-3. 4-1 since the rivalry with Maryland resumed after a 20-year hiatus. The last Maryland win, we talked about it before, was in 2014. That was the first ever Big 33 double overtime game. Gentlemen, we might be here a while. Maryland beat Pennsylvania that night in dramatic fashion, 31-24, and Reggie White Jr., the game-winning touchdown, and his father is the head coach tonight for Team Maryland.
Another father and son duo who played in this game.
Yes, it is, and of course, Reggie's youngest son is playing here tonight. Team Pennsylvania going, Faison going nowhere.
That is a huge play. You're talking about a 15-yard, 12 to 15-yard loss on first down. They're now backed up inside their 10-yard line.
They still have 2 timeouts left in the second half here right now.
If they stop them on this second down play, expect Team Maryland to call timeout.
Faison had a tremendous career at Pottsgrove. Set all the Pottsgrove rushing records, and boy, he had a super junior season. People didn't think he would follow that up, and he did. His senior year, he was even better than his junior year. 2nd and 22 now for Team Pennsylvania from the 8-yard line. MG fires. Incomplete.
Didn't have to call timeout. It's an incomplete pass. Now, if the clock is running after third down, they'll definitely call timeout, but they're in an ideal spot. 3rd and 22, backed up on their own end of the field. You can't really blitz in this game. In a game with no limitations, this would be an ideal time to kind of sit back, play 8 people in coverage, and just make the quarterback make a tough throw.
Now the clock stops only in the final 2 minutes of the second half, so it's at 2:23 now. So now the clock will start stopping after incomplete passes. So 3rd and 22, 2:15 remaining in a 6-6 game. First year that they're allowing zone defense and the linebackers to line up different ways, and the defense has been the story in this Big 33 game. Pass is incomplete. Looking for Barbone, who had one big catch earlier. Incomplete pass, 4th down coming, and here's a look on the Toyota replay. Over Barbone's head.
Yeah, we had him open, just an overthrow on Indy's part. Now Maryland is in great shape.
This is ideal for Team Maryland. They've got 2 minutes and 4 seconds, and now as you look back, the last couple of punts haven't been great punts by Team Pennsylvania. He's really mishit the ball. They've been 30 or 40-yard punts. They can get this ball inside the 50-yard line and really not have far to go to get a field goal to win the game.
2 minutes remaining in the Big 33. Maryland trying to get a victory for the first time since 2014 over their rivals, Pennsylvania. This punt taken at the 50-yard line by Jones. And down he goes.
Nice coverage.
7-yard return. That's where Team Maryland will have the football. 7-yard pickup on the punt return. That was very good coverage.
Great job by Avery Young on that with the tackle.
And Avery Young's made some big plays at the secondary and on special teams tonight.
Outstanding form tackle right there. He comes down, he's able to get him wrapped up and get him to the ground. It's really what you want. That young man's going to be a great college football player and a force on special teams.
LifeBridge Health Sports Medicine Institute scoreboard, 6-6 game. That's right, it's 6-6, all field goals with 1:42 remaining in the fourth quarter of the Big 33 Football Classic. They're talking about possible maybe rules violation as they're talking things over. Again, we told you about the special Big 33 rules that they developed for this All-Star game, and for the first time ever, they allowed zone defense, man-to-man or zone defense. There's Coach Reggie White. His son had the game-winning catch in double overtime the last time Team Maryland won. There's the Pennsylvania Big 33 cheerleaders. It's a big honor for all those cheerleaders to be a part of this game as well. Doc Bonner into the game. Alfonso Graham in the backfield. He gets the toss. Graham has some blockers. Graham loses the football, but they say he was down. Graham with the carry for Team Maryland.
Back to the ball control. The clock is running. It's a minute and 20 seconds. Now they've got to have a sense of urgency because they still need to get about another 15 yards. There's a possibility that this ball may have been out. He's on his way down. Ball may have been out, but they don't have instant replay, and they survive.
Mason there with the strip. Bonner throws it incomplete. Trying to get Alfonso Graham out of the backfield and play to the whistle.
See, this is where you got to be very careful, coaches. It's under a minute. You don't want to mismanage this time. You got the ball inside the 50-yard line. You've got to find a way to get 15 more yards and get a field goal. What you see there, it's quite possible. Doc Bonner tries to get this ball out. He throws it, and it's almost a lateral. I mean, the referee is not in a great position to call the lateral, but he just rules it as an incomplete pass. I think that may be another bullet they just dodged here.
3rd and 3, under a minute. Cooper McGeehan with 2 field goals. He might be able to get the win for Team Maryland in this Big 33 Classic. The pitch, Alfonso Graham, right side this time. Maryland's just running clock. Good job by the Team Pennsylvania defense. Bill Maher, who's played big tonight, going to IUP. Another timeout as we take a look at the Toyota replay on the pitch out to Alfonso Graham.
In that situation, 3rd and 3, it's really difficult to run a play which takes you sideline to sideline. You want to be more downhill. As he's trying to get there, he stops his feet and isn't able to get his momentum going.
There is Coach Reggie White. His son with the game-winning catch the last time Team Maryland won this game. Can you believe it? Here we are, Big 33, middle of June, and this new football season, we haven't seen a touchdown. We have 6 on the board, but it came with 2
Unless
field goals.
Pennsylvania pulls something out of their hat here. We're going overtime right now. So, I mean, it's just what it is. Nobody's even challenged except for a couple of mistakes here and there.
There's a lot of offensive talent on the field, but like you said, this has really been a defensive battle. The defenses have played really well. They've stopped the teams from being able to get into the end zone, and the field goal kickers have become the most important people in the game so far.
Jim, going to the first time ever with the zone defense has really changed the complexion of this thing.
Totally changed the complexion because now you can't get the matchups you want and go for the big plays.
4th and 3 from the 36 for Team Maryland. Doc Bonner. Spin move, has the first down for Team Maryland. He knew the yards he needed, and he got it. Bonner, 6 foot, 210 pounds, going to Air Force.
Right now, Coach, that might be your play of the game. 4th and 3, they go for it. They run quarterback power.
Wow.
Doc Bonner is astute enough to just say, hey, I'm going to pull this ball. I'm going to get the first down, and I'm going to put them on my shoulders.
They have 2 timeouts left. If they can get 10 more yards, they'll have a legitimate shot at a game-winning field goal.
Doc Bonner with that spin move. He took his team to the state championship 2 years in a row.
Now, this is where you got to be careful, Coach, because the clock is running and they still need yards.
Yeah,
they just lost about 14 seconds.
They're on the 32-yard line. The give straight ahead, and there's a penalty marker down, and the receiver was not set for Team Maryland.
That penalty may be big because it's a 5-yard penalty. It's going to bump them back. It's obvious, Coach, they're playing for a game-winning field goal right now.
Playing for a field goal.
And now they're going back 5 because the receiver wasn't set.
There you see it on your screen. The receiver not set. Penalty marker comes out.
They lost some valuable seconds there. That
Yes,
clock
they did.
went down about 20, 25 seconds in total.
5-yard penalty.
You
First
want
down.
to get rid of the
After
time,
play,
but you want to
timeout.
do that on 3rd down.
Maryland.
Maryland calls timeout with 17 seconds remaining in a 6-6 game. There's a look at Pennsylvania's coach, Mark Evans. Manheim Township, one of the best years in school history at Manheim Township. Trying to get Pennsylvania a win. Now, overtime rules
are the same as
college
rules.
So, you know, if we do go to overtime, we're going with the college rules. So that's something that they're thinking. And is that the best way of doing things with the college overtime rules? What do you guys think?
I'm sure they're doing that because many of us in high school don't like our overtime rules in high school. We don't like the ball put on the 10-yard line and make it a field goal game all the time.
So now,
at least when you put it on the 25, you got to get a first down.
Right. So ball will sit on the 25-yard line, and one team will get a shot, and the other team will get a shot. And it is better, I think, with that because putting it on the 10 in high school, it's just, you know, after you play a game where you go to overtime, both teams fighting hard, you know, I think you want to give both teams a fair chance, and probably putting it at the 25 is better than putting it at the 10. So we are going with the college overtime rule if we get to overtime here in the Big 33 Football Classic.
17 seconds left, Coach. You got the ball. It's first down. If you could get the game with the ball, 17 seconds and a chance to win it, I think you take it every time.
No doubt.
Bonner to throw from the 37, fires downfield. Pass interference.
Oh, boy.
Pass interference down at the 5-yard line.
That's not what you wanted because now that gives them the yardage they needed to get in field goal range to kick a game winner.
Matthew McDonald was the intended receiver, and I believe they're get that penalty on Avery Young on the coverage of Matthew McDonald.
Avery's played a good game. It's a clutch situation. Team Maryland goes with a double move, an excellent call by offensive coordinator Coach Greg Trogdon. And in any coaching game, in any game, a defensive back is going to be taught, take the penalty instead of giving up the touchdown. He was beat. The guy was behind him, and instead of just letting him have a free run to catch the ball, he just goes ahead and commits the penalty. So now they're just going to line up and kick the field goal.
39-yard field goal. Cooper McGeehan has 2 field goals in the first half with 10 seconds remaining. And Pennsylvania will try to ice them. And we'll come back. Team Maryland going to try to kick themselves to a win in the Big 33 Football Classic.
Honda knows you're always on the lookout for something better. So it's no surprise the Honda CR-V was named the 2018 Motor Trend SUV of the Year. It has an interior that's spacious and refined, handling that's smooth and comfortable, and an exterior that speaks for itself. So if you're looking for something truly impressive, look no further. The CR-V. Nothing compares to a Honda.
It's here, whether you enjoy hunting or fishing, discovering history or cutting-edge technology.
It's here. From delicious chocolate to professional sports. Wild roller coasters to endless shopping.
It's here, from fine dining to home-style cooking. Exciting nightlife to small-town charm. Dauphin County has it all.
No surprise we were voted the 12th most livable region in the nation.
It's here. You should be here too.
Cooper McGeehan, 2 of 3 field goal kicks, and a 42-yarder and a 33-yarder in the first half. Miss a 37-yarder here in the second half. This is from 39 yards. Holly's the holder. 10.5 seconds remaining. 6-6 game in the Big 33 Football Classic. Cooper McGeehan trying to give Maryland their first win since 2014 and break a 3-game losing skid to Pennsylvania. The 39-yarder is up, and the kick is good for Team Maryland. Cooper McGeehan puts Team Maryland ahead with a 39-yard field goal, his 3rd field goal of the game.
Now they've got to get him off the field. The game isn't over. There's 5 seconds left. They could get an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty here.
That's exactly right.
Team Maryland's last win was in 2014, looking for their 4th overall win against Team Pennsylvania. 10-3, PA leads the overall series with Maryland. There's a look at the kick.
They put it in the kicker's hand. It's right down the middle. I mean, he drills the thing right down the middle, and it's a great job. We talked about it early in the show, the trilogy. Coach White as a player, he won the game. His son won it last in 2014. He's now the coach, and his second son is playing in the game. They brought the White connection to the game.
Yes.
They brought that luck, and that might be the key for Team Maryland to get this win.
That's right, Fred. I forgot about the fact that Coach White played in the game as well and won it the year he played.
That's right.
That's just incredible. Cooper McGeehan, going to the University of Pittsburgh from River Hill High School with 3 field goals. 3 of 4 field goals, a 42-yarder, a 33-yarder, and the most important one just a few seconds ago, the 39-yarder. Of course, tonight, Pennsylvania's kicker, Vlad Hilling, set the new Big 33 record with a 56-yard field goal, breaking Robbie Gould's record of 50 yards in 2001. But Team Maryland looking to end the 3-game win streak by Team Pennsylvania. 5.2 seconds remain. Ronald Kent is one of the guys back there. Justice Henley also back. Dotson's back there with Henley.
Look for a squib kick here to get the ball on the ground, to get the clock going when the guy touches the ball. Now, that's not as good because now they're only on the 5-yard line, the 50-yard line. You want that ball down the 20, 30-yard line where they've got a long way to go. This is Hail Mary territory, and you just gave them a short field opportunity.
Here we go, Coach Catafio.
Another thing, the kicker's hurt, though.
No, that's the other team.
Yeah. Okay. For Pennsylvania, he means the Pennsylvania field goal kicker, Vlad Hilling. So you're going to need probably a touchdown.
Because if that kicker was healthy, all you need is a quick out.
Yeah, he already had a 56-yarder, which was the new record.
That's
tonight.
what I mean.
So you get a quick out, and you get quick 7, 10 yards, and then you're calling timeout and kicking the game-winning field goal, or at least attempting tying game field goal with time running out. But
that's why when they kicked the field goal, I was thinking, take a snap down it, get it so the last play is the field goal, win or go overtime.
So it looks like they're going to put McCrary in the game and just have him drop back and throw the ball as far as he can, or one of those guys. They got one play as 5 seconds. As a coach, when you're talking, you got your defense on the field, I'm telling my defense, hey, don't intercept the ball, just bat it down on the ground.
Here's where the rules come really into effect, because in the other game, you can take everybody and put him to the left and take your best kid and put him to the right. It was a one-on-one, and that would end the game that way. Now they're going to be in zone.
Now, I got an idea. If I was on that sideline, I know Charlie Catcher has played in the defensive side this whole game, but I might think about putting him out on the wide receiver side, because we've seen Charlie Catcher in his career at Cumberland Valley catch some Hail Mary balls in the past for
look at what
Cumberland
they're playing
Valley
defensively, which is smart.
So here we go.
I'd have him stand on the goal line.
5.2 seconds. McCreary in at quarterback. He'll fire one up in the air, down by the 10-yard line. A lot of Maryland jerseys there, and incomplete. And that's your final play of the game. Team Maryland breaks the 10-year win streak. They were looking for Shaquan Anderson Butts. Team Maryland wins it, all field goals in the Big 33 Football Classic. 9-6. The lowest scoring game in Big 33 football history ends with a Team Maryland victory for Coach Reggie White. And the boys from Maryland, top Coach Evans and Pennsylvania. There's Savage, who had that big play. A lot of big plays on both sides of the ball for Team Maryland and Team Pennsylvania. Team Maryland on a field goal fest wins it 9-6. Guys, I'll tell you what, I'm not a huge fan of kickers and field goals, but this was an entertaining football game despite not having any touchdowns.
Has a game ever ended where no one scored a touchdown?
No.
Boy, that's a good question, isn't it?
Yeah, lowest scoring game in Big 33 history. There's your final play. It comes up short for Team Pennsylvania. Team Maryland with bragging rights. They take the Big 33 Football Classic by a final of 9-6. We'll be back with more from Landis Field in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. For the first time since 2014, when Maryland beat Pennsylvania in dramatic fashion in double overtime 31-24, Maryland is victorious again of the Big 33 Football Classic. Coach Reggie White and his team get it done in field goals. 3 of them, 9-6 final. Coach Reggie White and his Maryland team victorious here in the Big 33. We'll send it down the field to Joe Miller and get interviews with our MVP and our coach of the Big 33 Football Classic. You see the emotion of the Pennsylvania team. The tears coming down the eyes as they get the big win. Brandon Savage with that big interception in the end zone, our MVP, coming up with that big defensive play. Coach Reggie White, as Coach Ferrier talked about, pulling off the trifecta. Let's head it down to the field now with Joe Miller. Go ahead.
All right, I'm down here on the field with a happy Maryland contingent. Head coach Reggie White. How's this feel?
Oh, man. Hey, I can't, don't get me started. I got to get myself together. There's no words. There's no words right now. There's no words. A great group of coaches, a great group of guys, a phenomenal exhibition of football. Just thank you, thank my savior, my wife, everybody. Let's go, man. Let's go, man.
A lot of different moments in this game, but how about a couple big defensive stands, one down where they were driving late, and then you were able to get the ball right back on a 3-and-out defensively when you had them penned deep.
Coach Eric Slavin and Josh Ward and Nicholas Goodmalloy, they called one hell of a game. They did an excellent job and got these players ready. Hey, man, they prepared them. They did it. We got the dub, man. I'm so happy right now.
Congratulations, and enjoy heading back down 83 with the trophy.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's head coach Reggie White. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Joe Miller and Reggie White. Very happy pulling off the trifecta. Won the game as a player when he played. And then his son had the game-winning catch the last time Maryland won in 2014. And then coaching tonight, getting the win with his youngest son on the team as well. And Brandon Savage, the MVP for Maryland. The MVP for Pennsylvania on the other side of things was Vlad Hilling with the new record 56-yard field goal. Our MVP for the LifeBridge Health Sports Medicine Institute, the kicker, of course, from River Hill High School, Cooper McGeehan, with 3 kicks, all good. He was 3 of 4 kicking field goals, the game winner, the 39-yarder, and here's a look at Cooper's work tonight. His leg got it done.
It was a big game for him. I mean, the defense has really controlled the game, and we got a game of 5 field goals. And for him to knock that field goal down with 5 seconds left, he'll remember that. The people in Maryland will remember that, and that's a huge win for Team Maryland.
No question about it.
And the people in Pennsylvania will remember that too, Coach.
Our LifeBridge Health Sports Medicine Institute player of the game. We'd like to thank Toyota, M&T Bank, Morgan State University, LifeBridge Health Sports Medicine Institute for making this game possible tonight. No touchdowns with all this offensive star power. And look at the emotion of Team Maryland. They really wanted this. And I think a lot of people, that's his buddy, and of course the buddy program's great in the Big 33, but I think a lot of people leading into this week that were attending practices and things were like, boy, I don't know if Team Maryland has much of a shot against Team Pennsylvania, but not the case here tonight.
It's the way it is every year. Coaching the game, I can tell you the pressure that's on the Pennsylvania coaches and players, because Pennsylvania is expected to win the game. And if you don't win the game, believe me, it's a major letdown. It's a letdown tonight. And then tomorrow they'll appreciate the experience they have. But it's a major letdown for the Pennsylvania players and coaching staff.
Absolutely. And now, Maryland, this is their 4th win in this series. So now Pennsylvania still leads the series 10-4. They played Texas. They played a national team in this series. They played Ohio over the years. Ohio leads the series with Pennsylvania 12-13. Let's go back down on the field. Joe Miller has another special guest. It's all happy times for Team Maryland. Joe?
And welcome back down to the field. Cooper McGeehan with the game-winning kick. You told me before that you were nervous at the start of the game. So were you a little nervous there at the final kick?
Oh, I was way more nervous at the final just because I missed the one before that, so I was freaking out. And then they tried to ice me with that timeout, so I was a little nervous, not gonna lie, but I came through.
But your coach showed confidence in you. They were trying to move the ball methodically to get you guys in field goal range. That's got to feel good as well.
No, yeah. When I missed that one, coach said he's coming back to me, so I knew he was coming, so I prepared and I pulled through. So I was happy.
Tell me what you thought when you saw the officials throw both arms up and you knew it was good.
Well, I didn't even see them throw their arms up. I fell on the ground, so I just sat there and waited for my friends' reactions. And then when I saw them cheering, I was so happy.
Well, congratulations. I'm sure you're never going to forget that.
I'm not going to. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks a lot. Back to you guys, Phil.
Memory for a lifetime, Cooper McGeehan with a 39-yard field goal to win it for Maryland, ending the 3-game win streak by Pennsylvania. Maryland getting their 4th win in this series. There's the Big 33 Governor Trophy going home to Maryland down Interstate 83. We'd like to thank United Rentals for the lifts here tonight. Also Sports Fever Television Network, the Blue Ridge Communications crew for providing the great pictures here tonight. And of course, Gary Gathel and the entire Big 33 football crew that worked so hard to get this game on. It is a labor of love all season long to get it done. And all our sponsors tonight, we thank them. And the Big 33 would like to thank Dauphin County Commissioners, U.S. Marines, Walmart, and Central Pennsylvania Honda, and Under Armour. For my partners, Fred T. Ferrier, Jim Catafio, working the sidelines, Joe Miller and Colin Riccabon, my spotter, Mike Mataraki. I'm Phil Shaner. Team Pennsylvania falls to Maryland 9-8, all field goals in the Big 33 Football Classic. Good night from Harrisburg.
Battles aren't won solely on the field. Battles are won within. Over enemies of fear. Enemies of doubt. In that place where promises are kept. In the heart of every Marine, you'll find a promise. A promise of battles won.
Honda knows you're always on the lookout for something better. So it's no surprise the Honda CR-V was named the 2018 Motor Trend SUV of the Year. It has an interior that's spacious and refined, handling that's smooth and comfortable, and an exterior that speaks for itself. So if you're looking for something truly impressive, look no further. The CR-V. Nothing compares to a Honda.
It's here, whether you enjoy hunting or fishing, discovering history or cutting-edge technology.
It's here. From delicious chocolate to professional sports, wild roller coasters to endless shopping.
It's here. From fine dining to home-style cooking. Exciting nightlife to small-town charm. Dauphin County has it all.
No surprise we were voted the 12th most livable region in the nation.
It's here. You should be here too.
Welcome to the future. Imagined by visionaries, championed by leaders, and focused on results. Made real through hard work and a determination to build the things that people count on. Places where ideas are born, where progress fuels growth and strengthens communities. It's work that makes a difference. United Rentals. You're building the future. We're here to help.